Origins UX, and this is Meet the Littoral Combat Ship, US Navy's $500 million warship. Much on US military news. Okay, Littoral, so that's like shore related, right? So this is for the Marines, I'm gonna guess. Also the Marine video from Task and Purpose, how their future plan is, how they are changing things. They were like too close to already US Navy, which is like, if you're the same, what's the point of two division type of way? So they're changing their ways, like they should. I think there was like, obviously people have their doubts, but I think that's better the way they are doing, like scattering their forces and things like that. So Littoral Combat Ship is, I'm guessing, part of that or something. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen some titles from Task and Purpose or something just popping up on notification or recommended feed. I haven't watched the video about like how Littoral Combat Ship didn't work, or there's some problem with it. I don't know. But yeah, this video is going to be interesting. This is a newer video, I'm guessing 2 months ago. So if there is any update, I guess this video will have it. So let's wait on. Remember people, if you like my reaction, don't forget to subscribe. So that way I know which type of videos to react to more. Check out the reaction, there's a link in the description. And yeah, let's do it.
Meet the Littoral Combat Ships, U.S. Navy's 500 million small surface combatants. More than 17 years ago, the U.S. Navy christened the...
Alright, this might be stupid to say. Are they wearing glasses or not? Because it's like breaking the bottle. What if like some shard basically goes into your eyes or something? Or is that not how these bottles work? I don't know. I've heard of this like beer, champagne, all these bottles are kind of like different the way they are made or something. They're stronger and they don't I don't know, drop into smaller pieces or something. I don't know. Or maybe that's just like exaggerated thing. Maybe that's not the case. But every time you break the glass, like, bottle like that, what if the shard goes into your eye? I don't know. I'm pretty sure they're wearing some form of glasses, right?
More than 17 years ago, the U.S. Navy christened the first of a new class of warship designed to operate in near-shore environments. The so-called Littoral Combat Ships, or LCS, would be fast and agile, capable of countering 21st century coastal threats such as missile-firing boats, small submarines, and mines. The LCS is a class of small surface combatants equipped with capabilities specifically designed to address global challenges in littoral regions. The LCS is intended to facilitate joint force access in these littorals, operating either independently or within high-threat environments as part of a networked battle force that includes larger multi-mission surface combatants. The LCS has been a controversial program from its inception, experiencing delays and cost overruns, not to mention severe criticism from elements of the national security community. Perhaps no ship in recent memory has been subject to more criticism than the LCS. Many think LCS is the wrong ship at the wrong time. Some compare the ship to a guided missile frigate and find it wanting. Others think the Navy would be better served with fast attack craft or small corvettes festooned with anti-ship missiles. Still others believe a purpose-built single-mission vessel is the best choice for the mine warfare mission. All of these alternatives would be potentially attractive choices, provided the Navy's future fleet had a need for such ships. Instead...
Yeah, so, I don't know. I mean, I would think that this is for the Marines or something. Is it for the Marines, or is it just like it says US Navies? But then again, like, is Marine part of the Navy? I don't know. Yeah, but yeah, people have criticism, obviously. Like, this is going to be the future of things, right? You hear about people talking about this all the time, like, why spend this money here when clearly that's not going to work? Why spend money on tanks? Why spend money on this? Smaller things, like drones, like smaller vessels, all these elements. Like, okay, there is truth to that, obviously, or there might be more truth to that than we can basically know. Future might look like that, right? Rather than spending a lot of money in like heavy ass things that can be like a target practice for people, future can be something like small attack drones and things like that. That's why US is spending money in something like that, right? That's why US is pairing 6th generation fighters with drones and things. So maybe, but then again, I think this falls into like how they're trying to do things, very specific things, how they're trying to shape Navy and Marine Corps, right? Maybe this falls into that. Obviously, these experts, which was the video, I forgot. Was it? I don't think it was Task and Purpose video. who talked about experts. We are not much of experts, right? So is this similar to that, right? I think it was Laser Pig video, right, of F-35. I don't know, but yeah.
Instead, the U.S. Navy needs a different component for its battle force, an affordable, self-deployable, and reconfigurable multi-role warship designed for naval battle network operations in contested littorals. An idea is born. In 2003, the Navy launched its first experimental LCS, Seafighter, designated as a Fast Seaframe, or FSF-1. As the Oliver Hazard Perry Osprey-class mine hunter and Avenger-class mine countermeasure ships were reaching the end of their lives, the U.S. Navy released the LCS requirement. Lockheed Martin and General Dynamics submitted design proposals. Two competing designs were selected for the LCS program, one from Lockheed Martin based on a monohull, and another from General Dynamics, later acquired by Austal USA, based on a trimaran hull design. These two designs represented different approaches to achieving the Navy's requirements for speed, flexibility, and modularity. The ultimate decision was to fund both designs as two variants of the class. Secretary of the Navy Gordon R. England announced that the first LCS would be named USS Freedom. LCS-1 was commissioned on November 8, 2008 in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. The LCS-2 ship was commissioned on January 6, 2010 in Mobile, Alabama. Striking a balance. One of the issues with littoral combat ships is their lack of firepower, and when combined with the aluminum hull of the Independence variants, concerns about ship survivability persist. The Navy's work to address.
Oh yeah, it's a stealth element to it, right? I didn't notice, but yeah, it's like angled beams and angled like walls and things. Yeah, so that video from Know What You Think basically told like how if things are angled, like everything is angled, it's kind of like stealth-y because the signal is gonna bounce off, not go back, right? So I'm guessing that's the case here.
Those issues and has consistently upgraded the original platform to allow it to accommodate a wider range of weapon systems. The Navy continues its efforts to improve LCS capabilities with a recent focus on testing a new combat system. This system aims to qualify the littoral combat ship for military missions through a series of upcoming live fire exercises, ultimately enhancing the ship's readiness for major maritime warfare by better integrating, streamlining, and improving on board. Part of the effort includes the introduction of new government-furnished equipment, likely intended to improve fire control, targeting, and integration across a group of shipboard weapon systems, such as SeaRAM. The ship-launched Sea-Wiz uses a phalanx gun capable of firing 4,500 small projectiles per minute to blanket an area.
4,500 per minute, damn, that's a lot. Some minute passes, like 45 bullet holes can be lodged into something. And it's like, automated targeting system. There's a high chance of its accuracy, right?
In contrast, the SeaRAM replaces the gun with larger, longer-range rolling airframe missiles. Unlike the Sea-Wiz, it uses a 20mm cannon to shoot down threats close to a ship. SeaRAM fires a rolling airframe missile from an...
Okay, can we take a second and think like how Fallout was right with the turrets, with that like dome type thing on top? It's like, why is that there? Even these weapons have it. Look at that. There's that Sea-Wiz or whatever he's talking about, right? Also has that. This has it. I guess it needs that. I'm guessing there was already a plan or something there, and just Fallout people just grabbed onto that. That's what Bethesda does lots of time. Take something from real life and like try to implement that in there. That's why their games feel fun. So something like that. I don't know.
11 missile battery. The rolling airframe missile is what defense experts call a fire and forget missile, meaning it uses radio frequency detection technology along with a heat-seeking infrared sensor to find its way toward an approaching threat in order to intercept and destroy it. In 2019, the Navy installed the Naval Strike Missile on the San Diego-based Gabriel Giffords. The missile weighs slightly over 880 pounds and has a range of more than 115 miles. Despite the NSM having a greater range than the Harpoon anti-ship missile, LCSs lack long-range fire control systems to detect targets at such distances. The potential evolution of littoral combat ships is highlighted by the
Yeah, but is it made for the long-distance targeting? I mean, I'm pretty sure this is like very specific thing, isn't it? Littoral combat ship. It's supposed to do shore-based things.
Use of the Standard Missile-6, also known as an SM-6. On September 18, 2023, the Independence-class LCS Savannah departed San Diego with unconventional cargo on its flight deck, a 40-foot-long gray container and a trailer-mounted radar, both connected by long neon orange cables to the vessel's superstructure. The U.S. Pacific Fleet later confirmed a successful test launch of SM-6 supersonic missiles in the Eastern Pacific, signaling a way that the lightly armed ship class could one day contribute to a conventional naval battle. Naval Surface Forces said the test is part of ongoing experimentation to see if a mobile launch system could work aboard ships like LCS. Despite these advancements, the costly nature of the LCS class poses challenges for the Navy, hindering its ability to fulfill the originally envisioned missions. Nevertheless, with advanced core weapon systems, broad combat capabilities, and the latest in hull design and propulsion systems, as stated on Navy.mil, the LCS is positioned and ready for a variety of missions, whether in littoral waters or deep seas. Core ship weapons. The core ship weapons on a modern naval vessel play a crucial role in both defensive and offensive capabilities. One prominent component is the 57mm Mark 110 gun system, capable of firing automatic salvos at up to 220 rounds per minute. The Mark 110 gun mount delivers high rates of fire with extreme accuracy, making it effective against surface, airborne...
Oh, that shit is insane. 57mm and shooting like that. That is a powerhouse right there, right? Imagine that, having control of that and just like blowing shit up. Like, it can damage a lot of things, right? Even the big things with that caliber, yeah, it can damage it.
And shore-based threats. The REM 116 RAM on the Freedom variant enhances the vessel's self-defense capabilities. Designed as a high firepower, low-cost self-defense system against anti-ship cruise missiles and other asymmetric threats, the RAM is a crucial component. Meanwhile, the Independence variant class is equipped with the C-RAM. Recently, the C-RAM system has also been installed on the latest version of the Freedom-class LCS. The LCS is also fitted with the Alex decoy system. Surface warfare. In addition to the ship's organic weapon systems, the surface warfare package includes 30mm gun systems, 11-meter rigid hull inflatable boats, surface-to-surface missile module, MH-60R equipped with Hellfire missiles, and Fire Scout vertical takeoff unmanned aerial vehicle. The surface warfare mission module is intended to deal with small boats and is called...
Yeah, I saw the amphibious vehicle video and how it basically works, right? So this is just trying to, make it something very specific in that way, right? I mean, this is for the Marines, right? It just fits Marines. Or is it just like Marines and US Navy? I don't know. But yeah, if it's like shores and how it's made, you can get really close to the shore, right? You have like inflatable boats and things, so you can just like your shore assault can be much faster deployed in that way. Because even though you just think of like, oh, okay, there you go, beach assault, it's not that easy if you don't have the right equipment, right?
The best swarm killer in the surface fleet. Mine countermeasures. The mine countermeasure module is designed to provide mine sweeping, remotely detecting and bypassing mines, and mine hunting, detecting, and disabling. It was envisioned to perform influence mine hunting via acoustic and magnetic signatures rather than contact or mechanical mine hunting. The mine countermeasure includes the airborne laser mine detection system, airborne mine neutralization system, remote mine hunting system, unmanned influence sweep system, and knifefish unmanned underwater vehicle. These cutting-edge systems collectively contribute to the Navy's mine countermeasure capabilities in littoral environments. Anti-submarine warfare. Littoral combat ships were supposed to be equipped to hunt and destroy submarines with an interlinked package of sonar devices, helicopters, and torpedoes. But the systems didn't effectively communicate with one another.
Alright, the more I learn about this, the more it feels like a hunter version of the ships, basically, right? All the purpose it has, right? A shore attack, detecting mines, detecting submarines, and all this shit, right? So it feels like this is like how destroyers work for the fleet, how they're supposed to be the offensive defense of the fleet, right? This is like in warfare, could be like the hunters, like, okay, hunting submarines, doing things near shore, detecting mines, which also would be closer to the shores, making it dangerous, right? So in that way, it's a very specific thing. So I don't know what the criticism come from. It fills the specific part of the thing that makes it much easier. I'm guessing the people like, okay, all the ships, like this bullshit, it's all, if anybody just says like it's all drones and small things, they are idiots, right? Small things and drones and all that works if you have the base covered, which is like big ships and things. But if you remove all that and just like focus on drones, now you have a big hole in your defense, right? Because you just have like drones and things, you're not thinking about shit like this. You need to have your base, properly strengthened with all the type of boats compared also like this. If you just have like big boats, destroyers, and like that's it, all the different type of boats that you already have, and just like focus on like drones and things, you have many holes that you need to correct, and people will exploit that.
The towed sonar couldn't function properly in the vessel's wake, and the Freedom class is considered too loud to hunt submarines. The Navy canceled that function in 2022. Retirement. The Navy has tried retiring many of the Littoral combat ships years before they reach their expected lifespan. Ships designed to last for 25 years are being mothballed after less than a decade of service. According to the Congressional Budget Office, each ship cost about $500 million, some more than $600 million after factoring in the mission packages. I don't think we're going to be decommissioning many that are all sunshine, no rain clouds, said Mark Montgomery, a retired Navy Rear Admiral and a senior fellow at the Foundation for Defense of Democracy's think tank. I'm pretty confident that we're decommissioning things that are maintenance burdens. Among those that have been retired are the USS Freedom, USS Independence, USS Coronado, USS Milwaukee, USS Detroit, USS Sioux City, and more. Looking ahead, the Navy plans...
I feel like decommission just means they're going to put it aside, right? And there might be one day they might like repair it and try to bring it back if they can, right? They're not just going to like completely throw it away or something. Right now, they're like, why strain the budget if there's no specific need for it right now? Put it aside type of way. But how the tensions are rising around the world when need rises, especially with China and Taiwan thing, many marine-based things, shore-based things like this will come into play if China-Taiwan does happen.
To decommission many other LCS warships, citing their ineffective anti-submarine warfare systems, inability to fulfill the Navy's missions, frequent breakdowns, and structural failures in high-stress areas of the ships. The future of the LCS remains uncertain. Only time will tell if these ships will become obsolete.
Yep, there you go. I don't see any military weapon is useful, right? These are not some jokes. People thought about it and made it, right? So obsolete is like a strong thing. It will take a long time, especially modern things don't get obsolete like that, because all the technology it has, it will always have a purpose. But I guess people might decide like this is not worth it, like just put it aside or something. Sure, that can happen. But yeah, any specific thing about the shore-based things in future will come into play. Like I said, China, Taiwan is the biggest thing for US right now in their mind, right? Because Taiwan is pretty important to US, they can't let that go. So China, Taiwan, the thing does happen, they will have to get involved some way or another. And US is mostly like, anything US does is like overseas. US needs stronger navy than it needs stronger, army or something, right? Because that's what it is. So anything like this would be, important, especially if it does this kind of hunter style specific jobs. Right, well, that was the meet, the Littoral combat ship, US Navy's $500 million warship. Watch on US military news. If you like my next, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.